Super Saiyan 4 is the pinnacle of a transformation for any Saiyan out there. This transformation is not only amazing to look at, aesthetically pleasing, and unleashes a type of aura that demands respect, awe, and admiration. Not only does it produce an aura like this, it lives up to that, as the benefits are clear as day. It can make someone a little bit more feral, as Goku has once stated, but gives nothing but boons when it comes to power levels. In fact, all of this power and how it affects a Saiyan is only a reflection of a Saiyan reaching their true potential. The way that it makes someone even stronger while they're fighting and doesn't really tire someone out. You can almost stay in the form indefinitely. It is truly perfect for a Saiyan that can actually achieve this form. But regardless of all the power and all the positive effects that it has on someone while in this transformation, it does have one major downside, and that is the fact that it will never become canon. How's it going, guys? It's Pride here, and as you guys can guess, we're going to be talking about Super Saiyan 4 today. This is a topic that I've been thinking about for quite a while, and finally decided to touch on it, especially thanks to that nice little recent episode of Dragon Ball Daima, because Super Saiyan 4 seems like the natural next step after seeing Vegeta go to Super Saiyan 3. But the sad reality of it is that it will never become canon, regardless of the fans loving the form and regardless of how cool it actually looks. And if you know anything about a Saiyan's biology and their history of their race, this form just seems like the natural next step of a transformation, but yet it will never be. And there are a lot of reasons for this actually, and really the purpose of this video is to break them down just a little bit so that way everyone can understand the true real reason for why this form can never be canon, at least as things stand now. There's mainly 3 reasons why this form won't be canon. First one being the fact that they've already tried and done that, and because it was centered around a whole different show and a whole different premise, kind of don't want to go back to that ever again. In fact, they started over with Daima. This basically means that they have to do something completely different and stay respectful to the late Akira Toriyama's ideas of what he wanted for this show, which should be as clear as day. They wanted to draw back on the power scaling just a tad, not go too far in it, and kind of have these guys figure a different way to solve their solution. They've already hinted at these days when they showed the fusion and the medical herbs or the medical bugs that can help the characters out. The second reason why it can't really ever become canon is because Daima is still being portrayed as the prequel to Super. At least for now. It could change. This could be like one of those continuity switches like they do in DC or Marvel, where things are canon, but the time stream gets messed up and it's canon in one situation, but a different event happens in another situation. But both scenarios / events are both canon, even though they possibly couldn't have happened in the same universe. So unless they clarify that, you do have to run with the assumption that Daima is before Super, directly before. Everything that happens in Daima, all the achievements, all of the works, all of the feats, all the transformations, all of that happened, and Super has no need for that, so all of these transformations are most likely considered to be lesser. If you saw the latest episode, you would have saw Vegeta turn Super Saiyan 3, which is something that even in Super we never really seen him do or had any proof that he's done it. But even without that proof, everyone could have assumed that Vegeta can do it. He just choose not to because the form is truly a useless form. Something not to use on someone that is an actual threat, but only to test the limits and to challenge someone else, and also in quick bursts to not be used afterward. So even all the way up to this latest episode, nothing directly suggests that the continuities are different, because Vegeta could have always have known that technique but just deemed it useless to use. So there goes the second reason. The first one being the fact that it's already been done in a different series, a different continuity, which is not canon. And the second reason is because Daima is canon and Super is canon, they can't progress into Super Saiyan 4 in Daima either. However, both of those reasons are situations that are happening outside in the real world, the meta reasons, if you will. But in the series, in the Dragon Ball universe, there is another reason why Super Saiyan 4 can never ever be a real thing, and it has a lot to do with the star of the show right now anyway, Dragon Ball Daima. It has a lot to do with Vegeta. In fact, it all hinges on Vegeta, but Vegeta would never walk down this path. Let me explain. Super Saiyan 4 is something that Vegeta would wholeheartedly try to get if he could, because as I said before in the beginning of this video, it is the peak, the epitome of what a Saiyan is. It is a Saiyan history, lineage, pride, realized and personified into one transformation. Everything about it is perfect for a Saiyan, and as someone that prides himself on being a Saiyan more than anyone else, this form would be perfect for Vegeta. It would be the form that he would want to use if he knew about it, if he knew it was a possible transformation. Not only is the form more powerful than Super Saiyan 3, it gets rid of all of the Super Saiyan 3's drawback. It is almost like the Super Saiyan 3 is the imperfect Super Saiyan 4. Like the grade 4 Super Saiyan. You know, the Super Saiyan that is buff, but he's one step away from Super Saiyan 2. They got the power, but they can't get the speed. That is what Super Saiyan 3 is to Super Saiyan 4. It has a lot of power, but the energy consumption is too vast. The energy consumption demands that you only use this form for very limited time. And if you use it any more than that, you will lose all of your advantages immediately. It will actually make you worse, not just while in this transformation, but when you get out of the transformation and try to continue to fight past that, you will just be a worse fighter. Truly a form that can only be used in short bursts. The other problem with this form is it takes a while to get into, and also takes a little bit to get out of. Now both those things can be mastered, but it takes concentration, it takes a lot of work. Clearly, as you see in Dragon Ball Daima, Vegeta has mastered Super Saiyan 3 to a pretty well and good degree. But it's also pretty clear that he was rushing the fight. Even though he was well stronger, he didn't try to keep the fight going. He didn't try to enjoy it as a true Saiyan would. He didn't try to enjoy it in the same way that Vegeta with Ultra Ego would have tried to enjoy it. The form that also personifies what it means to be a Saiyan. Vegeta didn't do any of that because he couldn't afford to. He had to win right then and there. And a lot of you might think that, well, he was calm, collected, and he didn't seem like he was in a rush, but that is just Vegeta's tactic. He's pretty smart and he knows how to fight. He knows that sometimes when it comes to a fight, you gotta use mind games. You gotta make it seem like you can give more than what you actually can. It's the same. All in all, what I'm really trying to say is Super Saiyan 3, even though Vegeta has used it, he hasn't mastered it. And he might not ever master it. And especially in Dragon Ball Super, if it's canon, and if Dragon Ball Super is the future, Vegeta will never master it to an absurd degree. And that's why Super Saiyan 4 can never be canon, because Super Saiyan 3 is a dead form. It is a form that, at least in Vegeta's mind and in Goku's mind, is the end of the Super Saiyan transformations. There is nothing past this, because even this latest transformation is a brick wall. Even this latest transformation isn't really better than Super Saiyan 2. In fact, if you're not 100% certain that Super Saiyan 3 will give you the dub, then you're better off slugging it out in Super Saiyan 2, trying to push your limits that way, because Saiyans, even while fighting, they do still get slightly stronger as the fight goes on. It's just that Super Saiyan 4 amplifies that by a ton, and also the other mutation in Super Saiyan that Broly has also amplifies that by a ton. Sadly, all of the facts of Super Saiyan 3 and how hard it is to even maintain it push Vegeta and everyone else, Goku, Trunks, and Goten, all of them wouldn't even think to go past it, because Super Saiyan 3 is too hard to use. In fact, Gotenks can use Super Saiyan 3 for a long time, but that's because he's a fusion. He's already beyond the norm. Gotenks can do anything that Goten and Trunks can't do, which is why one of my what ifs that you guys should really check out, by the way, I have Goten and Trunks do it because that's their limit. They don't have access to God Ki, so Super Saiyan 3 is their only way forward. But in Daima and in Dragon Ball Super, that's not the case for Vegeta. Vegeta has multiple paths forward. Vegeta could just train his base after realizing that transformations at a certain point just gets detrimental to the user, especially when there is a reliance on these transformations. At least that's what the plot and the story shows Vegeta once they reach Dragon Ball Super territory. There's also another lesson that's being taught in the plot of Dragon Ball Daima. They know that they're not in their peak form. Why would they try to get another transformation in a body that they don't even have their regular full power in? They're gambling as kids as it is, happy and really satisfied that they can even transform into those transformations right now, not even thinking about going past that. In fact, what they're really trying to do in Dragon Ball Daima is have their regress forms be as equal to their prime forms, which is their natural state. Again, it truly is a shame that Vegeta would never be able to into that prime savagery transformation that is Super Saiyan 4, because Super Saiyan 3 is dead. And that is saddening to hear. I mean, there is one little ray of hope, maybe. Dragon Ball Daima continues to be its own continuity in general, they were branching into the continuity of Dragon Ball Super, then there could be a way forward to find a transformation like this. So in a perfect continuity where forms matter, where Super Saiyan 4 could be realized, plot should be centered around Vegeta 4, Goku finding his way into it after him. Maybe not even then. Maybe Goku does his own thing like he did in Dragon Ball Super, and he has his own transformation. Something less like Super Saiyan 4 and more of Goku's own way of what it means to be a Saiyan. But as it stands now, Super Saiyan 4 is just a cool concept, one that sadly would never be a canon event. I hope I explained things well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe for more, and take it easy. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.